Hey everybody, it's Roy from ANSgear. We're going to take a look at the BT SA-17 pistol, go over some of the features, let you see what comes in the box, see what the gun can do. So go ahead and open it up. So we've got our manual, our feed tube, our gun, parts kit, spring, O-rings, new 12-gram seal, and then underneath there you can see that it does come with the barrel sleeve. All right, so pistol gun. We'll start with the front end here, and we'll work our way kind of towards the back. Top and bottom, Picatinny rail, so you can mount anything you want to it. Mil-spec Picatinny rail. The barrel does come out. Now it is an interesting kind of barrel style where the tip of the gun, or the barrel, is going to unscrew. Basically this tip here is going to hold an insert. Okay, so this is a 688 insert. Now if you could find other inserts, if you know anybody that's selling other inserts, you could switch them out to a different bore size. Thread that back in there. All right, now that again, this piece is threaded in there, so if you do have accessories or barrel tip accessories or anything, you can remove this one out of there and thread it in there, and it's still going to hold your bore sizing inside there. We do have the quick change 12 gram, so basically just pop this piece open on the bottom, and this is going to expose the area where the 12 gram is going to go. Drop the 12 gram in there, and you're going to push this down. When you push this down, you are going to puncture the hole of the CO2 cartridge, and it is going to pressurize. So when you push this down, make sure you're ready to go. You don't want to just pressurize it for no reason. And also, as with any blowback system like this, before you either, if it was a gun that had a tank or a gun like this, which is using a 12 gram, you always want to cock the gun back before you pressurize your gun. So cock the gun back, open up your 12 gram area, put your 12 gram in, and close it, pressurize the gun, you're ready to go. The back side here, if I flip it over, you can see ball detent there, but on the back side you've got your safety. It is a working safety. If I cock the gun back, safety is on right now, the gun doesn't shoot. Switch the safety off, gun is going to shoot. Now there is another little lever on the back side here. Okay, this is the Sear release lever, and this is only going to come into play when you're disassembling the gun and trying to reassemble it. Once the pieces come out, I'll show you that in a minute, if you try to just push them back in, the Sear is going to be in the way and you can't get the pieces in there properly. So this will move the Sear out of the way so that the hammer assembly can slide in properly. Quick release bolt pin on the back here. This is so you've got quick field stripping. I recommend if you're going to pull this pin out and do the maintenance or do the cleaning, whatever you're going to do, when you pull this pin out, hold on to the back of the gun. There is a spring under here, so it is under pressure, under tension. If you pull the pin out and you're not holding onto it, it could shoot out the back and you could lose parts. So pull the pin out, and then you can remove the pieces out the back. Now I'm going to pull them almost all the way out, so you can see you've got your spring guide, spring, hammer, bolt, and back cap here. So when I go to put this back in, you can see that it gets stuck right here. Won't go in any farther. So I have to move the Sear out of the way, and that's going to let me slide everything back in to the point where I can put the quick strip bolt pin back in place. So flip it over again right here. Now you can see the side of the breech right here. This is where the paintballs are going to go in. This is first strike compatible here. So if you're going to use a first strike round, you cannot run them through your 10 round feeder. You would have to have your 10 round feeder off. The gun's going to cock back. When it does cock back, you can see that the breech is open. You could put a first strike paintball in there, load it in, and go ahead and shoot the gun. If you wanted to continue that process, you'd have to, obviously the gun would recock itself if you were shooting it. I wouldn't have to do it. but the breech would be open. You'd have to drop another first strike round in and repeat the process. You're going to use your tube here, shooting regular paint out of it, 68 caliber paint. It's got a couple features on it. First, it's spring-loaded system here. So you'd slide this back and lock it down. This is going to push paint forward as you're shooting so that you don't have to keep rocking the gun back and forth to load paintballs into the breech. Secondly, it has a twist on the front here. You can see me spinning this piece around here. When this is in a certain position, it actually covers the feed port so that paint cannot get through the top and down into the gun, but it does open the top so that you can reload the top here. So in this position, as it is right here, I can put paint in. I've got my spring back, paint will roll inside. Once I'm ready to go, I would turn this over. It's going to now block the top, and I could release the spring, and the spring is going to start pushing the paint down into the breech. Now, obviously, I don't recommend you doing that with this off of your gun because you're going to shoot paintballs out the bottom. So make sure you're using it on top of the gun. And we can slide it onto the Picatinny rail here. Now it does have the quick release button on the side right here. So we're going to line her up like so, push our button down, and then we can slide it back into place. And it locks in. Once we were here, we could open it up so that we can open the top section in, pull our spring back, put our paint in, then close the top section off so that now we would feed into the bottom section, release our spring. The spring's going to start pushing the paint down into the gun. If you're looking for a nice, not too much compact, but a good shooting pistol, the SA-17 is a good choice. Order yours now at ANSgear.com.